welcome to the session. In today's session, we are going mainly to focus on the leadership styles of the engineers, because we understand as like if we are engineers, the professional knowledge is a must and it gives us a values also. To follow some professional ethics, but when at the end like we become a part of the organization as junior engineers and then maybe slowly move up the organizational leader, then it's we in the last sessions saw like in many cases we were discussing about the conflict of like many opinions happening about with the engineer and the managers, and what the engineer is supposed to do in those type of situations. These cases we were discussing when we were considering like the engineer like maybe whom we are considering over here is not in a decision making role, but as the engineer moves up the organizational ladder and maybe he has to take certain decisions about the like organization, some decision about the project and like how to like move an idea forward. It is not only about the technical knowledge, but it is also about the man management, like how to, it's your knowledge of the people and it is your human skills and it is your strategic decisions. So, as you move up the ladder, then you are getting more involved in decision making roles, where along with the technical know-how, along with your like expertise in your specific area, you require these type of like human skills and strategic decision skills to take proper decision, take a holistic decision which is like benefit, which is in benefit for all the stakeholders who are involved. Keeping that thing in mind, like understanding the journey forward of a junior after you enter an organization as a junior engineer, and as you progress through in your life employee life cycle, and if you like move up the organization, there are certain role demands which comes to you and you get into more decision making roles, then leadership becomes one of your important competencies. And along with the leadership comes when you're taking decisions, there will be some decisions which where you have to prioritize your stakeholders, and then maybe you have to like suggest new schemes, new projects for the development of your organization, and so these different types of things will be required from you. So, keeping those things in mind, here we will discuss about, in this particular modules we are going to discuss about the leadership styles and ethical conduct with respect to engineers. So, let us see like what is there in this module. So, the outline of the module will be introduction to an essence of leadership, important characteristics of leaders, leaders versus managers, most important competencies of leaders around the world, forms of leadership styles, meaning and essence of transactional leadership, discussing the suitability of transactional leadership for promoting ethical conduct, defining transformational leadership and core characteristics of transformational leaders, discussing the suitability of transformational leadership for promoting ethical conduct, empowering leadership and key features of empowering leaders, discussing the suitability of empowering leadership for promoting ethical conduct, authentic leadership and essence of authentic leadership, suitability for encouraging ethical conduct, ethical leadership, moral leadership, habits of highly moral leaders, and then we will have a short discussion on each of these styles. So, moving forward, first we will try to understand what is a leadership and what is the difference between a manager and a leader. So, leadership is a process by which the leader influences a group of individuals to reach a particular goal. So, it is an individual who influences a group of individuals to reach a particular common goal, and leader is taken to be the person who influences the others most in a group. So, when you talk of a leader, we are talking of a person. When you are talking of a leadership, we are talking of a process. So, we are talking of a transaction. So, when you are talking of essence of leadership, we have to understand, like when you are talking of leadership, it is not a particular something which is a trait of a or attribute of a particular leader, but it is a transactional event which is there, which happens between that occurs between a follower and a leader. So, and it is a matter of influence. So, when you are talking of leadership, there are two parties, the followers and the leaders. Till now we were discussing many situations where the engineer was in the followers role, and there are certain dilemmas and maybe conflicts of opinions happening between the leader and the engineer. But now what we will be discussing, like what are the ways of leading or doing particular things, so that when the follower graduates to be the leader, then what are the in particular situation, what styles that person can nurture, which is like beneficial for all the stakeholders, keeping in mind the safety, security of the health concerns of the public at large. So, when you are talking of leadership, it is important to understand, like we are talking of an influence, we are talking of a group, and leadership is not something which happens in isolation. And we are talking of paying like the interest, attention to the common goal of the organization. So, if sometimes what happens, like when you are talking of conflict of interest, if the leader has his or her individual goals and the followers have their own goals, which may not coincide with the goal of the leader, and maybe the organization itself has a different goal, then this leadership is not going to work for a long. The organizational goal has to get aligned with the leader's individual goal, and that too of the followers like collective goal. So, when all these things come together, then we can tell it is a proper leadership style. Some important qualities, characteristics of leaders are, or leadership are, like it is a non-coercive influence. We cannot, like when you are talking of influence, we are not talking of influence by threat. So, it is a leadership involves non-coercive influence. It is always goal directed. It requires followers. If somebody has to like lead, then there must be followers to follow, and definitely it may so happen like sometimes leaders also get influenced from their followers. So, it is not only the leader is going to influence the follower, followers may equally influence the leader. So, when you are talking of leaders, another term that which comes like very side by side in our mind is that of a manager. So, whether sometimes we feel like whether leaders and managers are same or is there a difference, and if it is so, then where is that difference? So, when you're talking of leader, it is more like a visionary who tries to see where the organization is going to lead to and who establishes the organizational mission. But when we're talking of a manager, the managers are responsible for implementing the mission through others. So, leaders generally show the way, so establish direction by creating a vision for the future. So, this part is very important in the sense, like if the engineers are really to show the way in terms of moral leaders, in terms of doing some ethical practices, it's very important that they lead by example. They create a vision for others to follow. They create a vision for an ethical organization, ethical business practices for others to follow. A manager's job is to practice the means for achieving the vision created by the leader. So, when a manager's job is to like execute the vision, so that the leader's vision is reached in a like it gets practiced and gets implemented. So, when we are just drawing a summary of comparison, so a manager's job is to administer, a leader's job is to innovate. So, a manager generally asks the question how, a leaders generally ask the question what and why. So, leaders, the focus is mainly on people, and for the managers it is on the system. In managers it is do things right, and for leaders it is do the right things. For leaders it is develop, and develop maybe policies, develop rules, develop the people, and for managers it is maintain. When you are talking of leaders, the primary quality is that of inspire trust. Managers, for managers it is rely on control. When you are talking of leaders, it is long term perspective, for managers it is short term perspective. Leaders can challenge the status quo, managers accept the status quo. Leaders generally originate, managers imitate. So, leaders keep an eye on the horizon, managers keep an eye on the bottom line. Leaders are like their own persons and like emulate, managers emulate the classic good soldier. Leaders show originality, managers copy. So, it is not like it may sound like manager is something which is like it's maybe in second, like kind of like when you are talking of like leaders innovate and managers like they carry on the orders, or they see how it's executed. It's not like that someone is lesser important than the other, but the focus is different. Like when you're talking of leader, it is more on the vision part, it is on the people orientation part. So, and so it is for developing the like it's more of a future orientation. So, how to see the organization where it wants to be. But when we have seen a vision, so it's very important for somehow to carry it out, someone to execute it, someone to practice and implement it. So, that part is done by the managers. So, equally leaders and managers are both important. We have only managers, we do not have leaders, then we think only of the future and who takes care of your present. But if you are having only managers and we do not have leaders, so then who we are taking care of our present and we are doing things in a tit-bit basis, but then where is a long term vision where we want to see where our organization is going, like where do we focus on, like how to lead with the people, how to establish a connection with the society at large, how to like do go for like a trust building. So, a balance of both managerial skill and leadership competency is required for leading an organization, for running an organization in a proper way, and more so for ethical conducts. To like we can be a visionary, but to execute it out we need day to day operational processes. So, and for like if you want to be an ethical person, then we can have a dream, we can have a vision, but it needs to be embedded within the system of the organization. So, when that is done, both leaders and managers become equally important to us. Here we are focusing on the leadership styles, because in last one of the sessions we had an extensive discussion about the role of managers in the organization and role of managers for the ethical conducts. So, because we have had that discussion and role of engineers as managers, role of engineers as consultants. So, here in this module we are discussing the different styles of leadership, so that when you have to go for dealing with the people, you have to go for taking some visionary decision about the organization, then what could be your styles, and based on your styles what could be your ethical orientations and what you focus on and how you move forward with your decision will be the focus of this module. So, we will move to the different leadership styles. So, before we go for that, we will discuss the most important leadership competencies according to the leaders around the world. So, the first one of the ethical of the competencies that we find is demonstrates strong ethics and provides a sense of safety. So, here when you are talking of safety, maybe we are focusing more towards the psychological safety of the followers who are there. So, it is all about being in a safe and trustworthy environment. So, a leader who has a high ethical standard conveys a commitment to fairness. So, instilling confidence that both they and their employees will honor the rules of the game and will imbibe the ethical conduct in most difficult situations also. So, this where we find like we have a commitment to fairness. So, and like given whatever situations, maybe we will stick to our way of like being ethical in conduct. So, this gives a sense of integrity, this gives a sense of like safety, and maybe so this when like told to the followers, that it gives them a sense of psychological safety, where specifically when you are talking of commitment to fairness, means here we are talking of fairness of distribution and fairness of the process and fairness of the amount also. So, we can think like and fairness in giving punishments also. So, when you are talking of your organization is a fair place, it gives a lot of sense of safety to the employees to maybe think of their innovative ideas, maybe report any wrong if it is going on in the organization, and they do not perceive the threat part of it. Second, we will come to the second important competency, which is empowers others to self organize. So, like providing clear direction while allowing employees to organize their time and work has been identified as the important leadership competency. So, like we can understand, low leaders can do everything by themselves. So, it is very critical to distribute power throughout the organization, and you have to rely on your decision making from those who are very closest to the action. So, relying on others and making them, empowering them for some decision making, these are very important aspects of leadership, and that is how you like nurture these qualities in your followers also, and they become ready to take up your role in future. Third one of the competency is like fostering a sense of connection and belonging. So, leaders who communicate open and communicate often and openly and create a feeling of succeeding and failing together as a pack build a strong foundation of connection. So, these words are very important. See, creating a feeling of succeeding and feeling together as a pack is, this word is very important. See, we have to understand like there cannot be situations always in life where we are successful. There are failures and we have to accept the failures, and from that failure we are going to learn again and like start revisiting our steps and re-looking into it. So, if we are not having failures, then we cannot have success later on. So, we have to understand like failure is as much a part of our life as it is success. So, this together like it's a if it comes together, we realize both these things together, then it gives us a balanced way of looking at things and helps us to learn from your failures and take corrective necessary actions, so that the same mistake does not get repeated again. So, attachment is really very important for survival, and a sense of connection is important for like emotional well-being, and it has an impact on productivity. Shows openness to new ideas and fosters organizational learning. So, what we understand like effective leaders are always open to new ideas. So, if that is not so, then what happens, they will never be able to learn from their followers, as we were discussing in the conflicting situations of managers and maybe the junior engineer. So, it is not that like the manager can always be right. If that person does not have the professional knowledge of the particular thing that people are working on, so it may be so that the like professional knowledge, subject matter expertise that the engineer have is make them more proficient for understanding any loopholes, understanding any imminent dangers, any gaps in the system, and like as a part of their duty may be reported to the manager. So, it may not be always like because the person is in the higher designation, the manager can always understand something which a junior cannot. So, rather than restricting the followers to the existing status quo, leader should like stimulate them by extending support to come up with creative ideas and suggestions to improve the work practices. So, that is going to establish a communication between the two, a fearless communication, like then it will not be there in the engineer's mind, like what my boss will think if I am going to tell him or her that. So, this part of thing I do not understand, I really cannot predict how my boss is going to behave if I am going to tell, like maybe this is where you are telling to do it in this way, but I think it can be done in a better way in this way. So, I am really not understanding how my boss is going to react to it. So, but if you are an effective leader, if you are a person who has an open mind, then what happens, like as leader you should always be open to new ideas and foster organizational learning, and rather than restricting your followers to the status quo, you will always encourage that person to come up with creative ideas, suggestions for improving the work practices. So, to encourage learning amongst themselves for the employees, leaders must first ensure like they are open to learning and changing the course for themselves. So, that part of flexibility is very much required for the leader. Next important is nurtures growth. So, when leaders show a commitment to our growth, the same primal emotions are tapped. Employees are motivated to reciprocate, expressing their gratitudes or loyalty by going the extra mile. So, while managing through fear generates stress, which impairs higher brain function. The quality of work is vastly different when we are compelled by appreciation. If you want to inspire the best from your team, advocate for them, support their training and promotion, and go to bat to sponsor their important projects. So, it is very important you do have a caring attitude for your people. So, you do have a nurturing attitude towards the people, towards their growth. So, which encourages them to come up with creative ideas, to come up with maybe better solutions, because they, like you have made them feel like a family, you have taken care for their growth, and it like leads to better brain functioning, and they can, and if they see like you are supporting their growth and promotion, and you are trying to sponsor for the important projects, they will try to get an answer for like if they are contributing, what is there in for me. Because as we discussed in the last sessions, like sometimes people get stuck into this, blocked into this feeling, why should I speak up, why should I contribute, why should I try to tell the organization like you are going to do like something is wrong over here. So, what do I get? What benefits do I get? What incentive do I get? Is it not I get totally harassed for it? So, all these 5 principles that we have discussed, like being open to new ideas, providing a safe climate, then nurturing growth, all this will come work not in isolation, but maybe hand in hand to give a sense of positive organizational support to the individual engineer to like take up initiatives to report anything which, if it is wrong, suggest different ways of doing things, and that is how the organization moves ahead. In the next session, we are going to discuss the different forms of leadership which has emerged till date, like transactional leadership, transformational leadership, empowering leadership, ethical leadership, authentic leadership. And what we find over here, like all the 5 qualities of the leaders that we have discussed in this model show an expression in its own way in these different types of leadership, and we will discuss also how this contributes to the ethical conduct for the engineers. We will discuss why these styles are important and how it contributes to the ethical conduct of engineers in the next module. Till then, goodbye.